Well, hey there, it's Monday, and if you know what we do on Mondays, you know what you are going to hear today. It is Monday, and that means it is time for a bright, shiny new mantra. So, real quick, what is a mantra? A mantra is really just a way of thinking. It is a particular thought that usually inspires, encourages, equips, empowers us. It is something to remind yourself of every week. And I give you one of these every Monday here on the podcast. And so it's something to think about as you go throughout your week so that your week can be easier, so that you are the one controlling your thoughts rather than just letting them run around all haphazardly. So it's a Monday mantra. That's what I've got for you today. Let's jump in. Well, hey there, I am Jennifer Roskamp, a certified life coach and homeschool mom of 9 who is passionate about helping women just like you embrace the here and now while also being focused on creating the life you actually want. In reality, it's not about thinking life will get so much better or so much easier when you fill in the blank. Let's work on creating a life you love now. So let's dive in and get started on redefining Supermom to be someone who is present, intentional, and content rather than perfect in our homes, in our lives, and in our own skin. Let's get started. This is the Intentional Mom Podcast. All right. So, this mantra, I'm going to share with you what this mantra is for today. And then it's actually got 3 clarifying points. This one is one that I feel like you will definitely want to write down. It is an action taking, I feel like it's an action inspiring mantra. This is going to be one you want to copy down and you want to visit when you're finding it hard to take action, when you're finding motivation hard to come by, when you find yourself procrastinating on something, when you find yourself saying, that's just so hard, right? So when you're struggling to take action, this is going to be a really good mantra. Here it is. Commitment is the secret. Commitment is the secret. So often when we try to do things without realizing it, we're kind of relying on willpower. We are relying on ourselves, telling ourselves, we're going to do this. And therefore, we're going to show up and we're just going to do it. And that's as far as it goes. Commitment is when we really think through, and again, some of these smaller things, commitment just won't fit, right? But when we're looking at maybe bigger goals, bigger focuses that we have, bigger tasks that we need to take on, those types of things, this is when it will benefit you to think about commitment. And commitment is really yourself determining and really asking yourself the question, do I really want this? And before you just say, well, yes, of course, you have to ask yourself, do I really want this? Knowing that whatever this is, well, it's going to cost you something. You're going to have to take action. You're going to have to give up something. You're going to have to change something. You're going to have to start a new habit. You're going to have to set a habit down. You're going to have to do something that takes you out of your comfort zone. You're going to have to do something new. You're going to have to risk failing. All of these things, usually whatever this is, when you ask yourself, do I really want this? There's a price to pay. And that is where commitment can enter into the equation. So if you ask yourself the question, do I really want this? And again, you don't just give the quick reflex action answer, yes, I want this. You really consider it. Am I willing to pay this price? Am I willing to pay the price? Commitment, when you say, yes, I really want this, and you say, I'm going to make the commitment because that's what you need to make, you do so knowing that I'm willing to pay the price, whatever that looks like. That's really what commitment is. So why is commitment the secret? Well, commitment is what carries you through. Because willpower, that thing that energy that you can muster up when you show up on the starting line, that's willpower. That is not going to carry you through the long haul. Willpower is not long-term. Commitment is long-term. So commitment is what carries me through. Commitment is also the secret because it helps you show up when you don't feel like it or want to. And depending on what you're doing and how long you're going to do it, commitment this could be a long relationship that you're going to have with commitment in this situation. I think about my journeys with the 75 hard 3 times. That was 75 days. That was commitment. I never would have made it through even the first 5 days without commitment. So commitment helps you show up when you don't feel like it or want to. And another reason commitment is the secret is because this is the biggest one, I think. It takes your emotions and feelings out of the equation and just helps you focus on the task at hand. When your brain, when you show up to the starting line and your brain says, oh, this is going to be so hard today. You're supposed to go out for a walk today, but there's a blizzard outside, or it's raining, or it's cold, or you're extra tired, or your knee is bothering you. Your thoughts and emotions are going haywire at that moment. But commitment says, quiet, none of that stuff matters. I'm going to do it anyway. So your emotions and thoughts, they're totally normal in that situation. It's totally normal for you to think about all of those things. But commitment says, I see you, excuses, thoughts, justifications, even if they're true. I see you, but I am not listening to you. You will not win today. Because commitment says none of that stuff matters. All that matters is this, whatever it is I'm wanting to do, whatever it is I agreed to do, whatever it is I know I need to do, this thing that I'm committed to, this matters more. This matters more than all of those things. Because at the end of the day, whether you do or don't do something, it all boils down to what matters more to you in that moment. And commitment says this matters more. And it doesn't matter what this is. So if you're struggling to take action, if you're struggling to follow through, if you're procrastinating, struggling with motivation, energy, well, it could be because you're relying on willpower to be the driver. And willpower isn't a very good driver. You need commitment. Commitment is the secret. And today I shared with you why. That's what I had for you today. In the next episode, it is a guest speaker episode. So that is going to be one you are not going to want to miss. We'll talk then.